Draft Profile Series brought to you by Celtics.com.
Welcome to the Celtics.com Draft Profile Series. I'm Amanda Pflugrad, and today we are highlighting Notre Dame guard Jerian Grant. Grant received first-team All-American honors this past season. And now joining us via Skype to talk about Jerian as a player is beat writer Tom Noie from the South Bend Tribune and Notre Dame Insider.com. Tom, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And you had a chance to cover Jerian this past season and also throughout the ACC tournament as well as the Elite Eight appearance. How did you see his game develop through the big dance?
He was a guy that Mike Brey considered the ultimate closer at Notre Dame. When he left last year because of academics, Notre Dame just was never the same. They went 15-17, and it was all because of one guy in the program, and it was Jerian Grant. Everything ran through Jerian offensively. However they wanted to create, however they wanted to score, it had to involve Jerian Grant. He was a guy that came back knowing he had a lot to prove, and boy, did he prove it. He should have been ACC Player of the Year had it not been for Jilla Okafor, but there haven't been many guys in the 17 years that I've covered this program that have had better senior seasons than Jerian Grant did this past year.
And you mentioned that academic issue. He wasn't able to play through the 2013-2014 season. How have you seen him really mature from that?
He came back more of a mature guy. Mike Brey said he left a boy, he came back a man. He was a guy who owned up to his mistake. I always go back to the year that he was the day that he was leaving. Notre Dame loses an 8-point lead to Ohio State at Madison Square Garden in the final minute. They lose that game. Jerian Grant was a big reason why they lost that game because of his turnovers. He was the only Notre Dame player that met the media afterward in the interview room, knowing 24 hours later he was going to be thrown out of school. So he came back a mature guy. He's always been very mature for his age and for his skill level. He's a guy that really maxed out what he was able to do on the floor, off the floor this past season.
Well, and you just really mentioned his maturity, but he also comes from a family that is full of NBA talent. How do you think that's really helped him when he was in college, and now how can that help him at the next level?
He's a guy that's always considered himself an NBA guy. You mentioned his family. His uncle Horace played in the league, won NBA championships with the Lakers and the Bulls. His father played in the league, Harvey. And his best friend is Victor Oladipo, the Orlando Magic, and his younger brother, Jeremy, just finished his rookie season with the Sixers. He's always thought that my time is going to come. I'm going to be in the NBA. I know this lifestyle. I know how to play the NBA game. And it's just a matter of getting himself ready to do that. He's finally there, and he's going to be the first NBA first-round draft pick from Notre Dame since 2002. And
you mentioned Victor Oladipo. Has he talked to you a little bit about, how the influence that he has on him as a player?
He has, and Jerian said, when he talks to Victor, when he talks to Jeremy, Jerian always wants to have everything done now. Like he looks at a guy like D'Angelo Russell and says, boy, why couldn't I have been a guy that could have just gone straight to the NBA after 1 year of college? Victor and Jeremy have said, look, Jerian, your time is coming. Be patient. You're going to get here. You're going to have a 10-year NBA career. You're NBA ready at 23 years old. Jerian has had to remind himself, I got to be patient. I've got to finish one more year of college. And then after that, I'm going to go play pro ball.
He has shown flashes with his defensive ability, but has still kind of been really inconsistent. How does he change that?
Well, from a defensive standpoint, I think he can get better in that aspect because he was never really asked to do that. They had an on-ball defender this year in Demetrius Jackson, whose main job, Mike Brey just said, look, Demetrius, you go smother the other team's point guard. Jerian's got to be our playmaker. He's got to be our facilitator. We don't want him expending so much energy on defense. You go do that. I think Jerian, because he's not going to be the main facilitator next year, whatever team he goes with, he's going to be able to be better defensively and then also be better offensively. He only shot 30% from three this year, but that's because he was such a main guy. Teams look to take him away. He's going to get some open looks coming off the bench with whatever team he goes with in the league.
All right, Tom, well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
You got it. Have a great day.
We'll make sure that you stay right here on Celtics.com. We'll have more of your player draft profiles coming up leading to the draft June 25th. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Amanda Pflugrad.